For the slight 3 minutes delay. You are welcome. Hand clicking and more. You are welcome. Sorry for the delay. I was trying to get my StreamYard to to connect. Well, you're welcome. Kindly share us. Kindly share us. Kindly share us to your platform. Kindly share us to your platform. Thank you very, very much. Kindly share us to your platform. You're welcome to this live podcast with Pastor Maureen Imuwahen. She's a nurse practitioner and she's also a pastor. So you're welcome. I'm just going to share it out at the moment and we'll continue. Thank you so much for joining us live. Thank you. Just do kindly share us out. Thank you very much. Kindly share it out to your platforms with families and friends that you know will benefit from this live stream. Thank you. Thank you very much. Our special guest today, she is a pastor and the founder of Alone with God Ministry. So if you do look at the description, you'll see you can subscribe to her. And if this is your first time of joining us on YouTube, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're highly welcome. Welcome to Encourage to Be Empowered. My name is Wemi Amolola, and I'm your host for today. And today, this live stream is all about, we're talking to the professional. We did a previous video how to get into nursing if you're a UK resident, and how to relocate to the UK from Nigeria if you're a nurse. But in this particular video, we're actually talking with a nurse professional, and she's a resident here in the United Kingdom. She's been a nurse over probably 6, 5, 7, 10 years. And we have some questions that we've written down. I want to find out, a lot of people now, I think during last year, 2020, the NHS saw a rise of over 32,000 applications within 3 months of people applying through UCAS to study nursing. And, we want to know, is it the expectation of the salary? Is it about the money? Or do people get into nursing and they're really passionate about it? And what are the salaries expectation? What is it like, your everyday routine as a nurse? What is it like? I don't know, because I'm not a nurse professional. I've not worked as a nurse, but she has worked as a nurse for several years. So this live stream is about asking questions. And if you're thinking of getting into nursing, or you are a current nurse student, then I think this video is for you. Join us live, share to your friends as well that may be interested to find out more from this beautiful woman of God. And how do you balance? Because she's a pastor and she's a nurse, and we all know being a nurse is quite hectic. It's full on. It's long hours, and being a pastor as well. You're praying for people. She's on YouTube, preaching to people, doing administration, and she's doing counseling. So how do you balance your life, your lifestyle, and being a nurse, work balance? How do you balance all? So I'm going to invite her live, and let's get this started, and I'm excited to know more. So I'm going to she's here. Hello with God. So I'm going to send her the link at the moment and invite her to join us live. Just give me a second. Invite guest, copy. Here we go. So she should be live with us in the next few minutes. So thank you for your patience. Thank you. Kindly give this stream a thumbs up. So as you're coming through, joining us live, click the thumbs button, give us the like, share, and if you're yet to be part of our family, to be e-family, encouraged to be empowered, kindly subscribe, not kindly surprise, kindly subscribe to our channel, and let's be family, and click on notification bell as well to get notified whenever I post a video or when I'm live, like a day like this. So she should be joining us in a few minutes, and they just give her a few time. We apologize, we're 3 minutes late because I was trying to connect to my streamer, so I don't know if her network is good now, but we see she's live at the comments. Alone with God, I've sent the invite to you. I've sent the invite. There she is. I'm gonna add that now. Hello, good evening, ma.
Hello.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry for the 3 minutes late. I'm trying to connect my StreamYard for some reason, my network.
Okay.
But,
No, that's
yeah,
fine. I hope
yes,
everyone can see me.
Yes, I can see you. Please say if you can see Pastor Maureen, and if you can hear us. Please kindly write a comment on the comments section to say yes, you could hear us clearly and you could see us clearly as well.
Just trying to balance.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us live.
I've shared you out as well.
Thank you. Oh, that's looking beautiful and blessed. Thank you very much. Thank you, Justin TV Show. Oh, you're welcome. Hello, everybody. Please, everyone, connect with me. You're welcome. Yes, you're welcome. Kindly connect with us as well. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, Encouraged to be Empowered, and to Alone with God Ministry, kindly like the stream, give the stream a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel. The links are below this video. I've posted the link, so kindly subscribe to Encouraged to be Empowered and Alone with God Ministry. Like I said earlier on, before the host came, I said I did a video previously on how to if you're thinking of getting into a career into nursing, so how to get into nursing and how to relocate from Nigeria if you're a nurse. But with this particular stream, this particular live show we're doing at the moment, we're actually talking with a professional. She's a nurse professional, to ask her question: what is it like to work as a nurse? Why did she decide to, have a career, have a second degree in nursing? Why didn't she think of something else? What are the rewards, salary expectation? How do you balance your life as a pastor, wife, mother, and nurse? It's quite, I know nurse is a long hours. It's hectic. Everybody knows. So how do you balance all that? And and you're still doing it. So yeah, so this that's what this life is all about. And for those that are thinking of getting into nursing, or even current students that are nurse, and what to expect after you've graduated, and how to balance your life and do your dissertation as well. This is the live stream, and this is what it's all about. So thank you very much, Ma, for accepting my invitation to do this. I'm very grateful. Thank you very, very much. You're welcome. Yes, I want to say, just tell us briefly about yourself.
Good evening, everyone, or good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us tonight or today. My name is Maureen Imuwahen. I'm going to take the pastor off. I'm Maureen Imuwahen. I'm a nurse practitioner in the United Kingdom. I'm married with 3 kids, thank God. And also I also have a ministry called Alone with God as well, and we have two places of fellowship in Grace and also in Romford. Okay, I think that's about it, really.
That's good. That's good. So the next question is, why did you choose to have a second degree in nursing? Because I believe you have a first degree. Because most people that relocated from Nigeria to the UK, they've come in with a degree. So why didn't you choose to continue from your first degree, but you chose to have a degree in nursing? What inspires you to get into nursing?
Well, I'll just start from what inspired me into getting into nursing. I remember 2003 or 2002, thereabout. I used to work as home care assistant, like the ones that go from houses to houses. And
Yeah.
there was one particular day I went to see one of our patients or one of our clients, and then I met a nurse there. She was a district nurse. So we
Okay.
got talking, and then I asked this lady, I said, "Oh, I really like your job." She was in, did what she needed to do, and then that was it. I said, "Oh, I really like your job." And then she started asking me, "What have you, in terms of qualification, what have you got?"
Yeah.
So I explained to the lady, I said, "All my qualification I've got is all, from where my place of, where I migrated from." And she literally just gave me like a background of what I need to do to get
Mm-hmm.
into the nursing pathway. So she said, the first thing that I need to do was to do access to nursing, and because I'm already doing the care assistant job, she told me that was the brilliant. I'm already I'm already on it, but I need to get the qualification to actually be a registered nurse. So she told me, she advised me get into access to nursing, and then from there there'll be career advisor that could tell you where you need to go to. And before then, when I relocated to UK, I did a
Yeah.
bit of short courses. I did English for speakers of other languages. I did a bit of City and Girls
Yeah.
information
Coach.
technology. And then I did maths and English. That was numeracy. It's called numeracy because mostly for your
Okay.
age. When you come in as an adult, your class is different the way it's been classed. So I did my numeracy. I've done all of that when I migrated to the United Kingdom.
Okay.
So I now explained to her that I've gotten all of that. She said, "Oh, that's very good. Then all I need to do, if I've gotten those qualifications, apply to do the access to nursing, because you really still need that." So, and that was what I did. I applied to nursing, access to nursing, which I did at Greenwich College. And
Okay.
when in through there, it was because I had a basic, even though it was basic background already of a bit of education in the UK. So they were happy for me to do just a 1 year course, because some people, they will have to, some people will have to do a 2 years course. You have to do like a pre access, and then before you get
Definitely.
into the
Okay.
proper course. But because I had I've done the basic education of the numeracy, English and information tech. So it
Yeah.
was much easier for me. They just told me, do a 1 year course, and then, you should be okay. Because I had to show proof of what I have done, because that's one thing in this country. Whatever you've got before, they want to see a proof, to actually
Okay.
that you've done such things. So
Yeah.
they saw a proof of it, and then that now qualified me to just do a 1 year course in access to nursing,
Access to
which
nursing.
was mainly like a basic foundation before you start thinking into getting the uni and all of that. Which I think, advising somebody, if you are thinking of getting into uni, I always advise, go and do the access to nursing, or access to whatever course you want to do, because
Yeah.
it gives you that balance, mostly in terms of you writing your essays and all of that. If you just go straight into uni without not having that basic, because with me, even though I've had education in Nigeria,
Yeah.
when you are going to do your education here, there are ways of them wanting you to structure your essays. It's
Yes.
completely different. So
Different. Yeah.
it's different. So it's better you've gotten that background. Once you've gotten that background, that will lay the foundation for you. So whatever you're going to be coming in contact with in the course of your education, at least you've already gotten that solid background of whatever short courses or the courses that you've done before. So for
Wow.
me, it was much easier for me to go through my access to nursing, and
Mhm.
then spoke to an advisor, and then I was guided through on
Yeah.
whatever university I want to go into to do the proper nursing. So that was it really. I think what actually made me to start from the scratch, I always say I had to start from the scratch, is because
Yeah.
I wanted to have that solid background before, so that I don't struggle going into uni.
Mhm.
because sometimes you will struggle because you need to know how to structure your essays, mostly
Yeah.
in UK. What they want to see in your essays, that's what they want to see. It's not about what you've done before. It's not about how the book writes it. You must understand how to structure your essay to project the points that they want to see, or your lecturer wants to see on your every essay that you are going to be doing.
Oh wow! Oh wow, that's inspiring. Someone just made a comment that they don't see they don't just have a feeling of doing nursing, but they feel like probably they are too old to apply. So if you want to get into nursing, are there any age restrictions?
There is no age restrictions at all. I must tell you, when I did my nursing, I went to, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, one of the university, I think I will mention the name, one of the
Yeah.
universities in the UK that I went to. To be quite honest, I thought I was too old. And when I actually counted backwards, you know what I mean, counted the age
Yeah.
backwards, I found I was second to the youngest in the class. And what I'm telling you, I was already like 30 already. So when
Oh.
I counted it backwards, I found I was second to the youngest in the class. So literally every other person that were in that class, some of them they were 50 plus, and they were, we all worked together as a team without not even looking at the age of anybody. We work together as a team. You forget about your age. The main reason is for you to know why you are there. It's not about your age. Thank God for the way things are now. It's much easier. NHS are giving room for people who are over 70, even
Yeah.
near 80, to still practice their nursing. Some people that they will have to make up their mind to say, I don't want to do anymore. They let you go as far as you can. So that's the good thing about nursing.
Someone just comment that they are heading to 50 years old.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, to be quite honest. It's not like I said, the main thing is you. It's not about your age. If it's something that you have passion for, believe me, go for it. If it's something you have passion for, because I'll tell you, when I was growing up as a child, I've always wanted to be a medical doctor, but because of relocating and family commitments and all of that, I couldn't do my dream. But me able to go through being a nurse was like part of me fulfilling what I've always wanted to do, to be quite honest. So whatever age you are, don't allow age to be a barrier. You just go for it. The main thing is you fulfilling that passion that you have about what you want, what you've always wanted to do. That is what matters.
That's good. So, the next question is: what were the educational and work experience steps? I know you've said that earlier on that
Yeah.
you took access to nursing. So, do you have to do anything before you got into the access to nursing course?
When you are putting in your application for access to nursing, you don't necessarily need to have any form of caring background. But when you are going to go into the uni, when you are putting in an application for uni, they will always ask you to have a bit of experience in doing caring. So that's why it is handy for you to have a bit of knowledge in
Knowledge.
caring. I mean, when you go for interview, they will ask you, who have you cared for, or what have you done in an area that has to do with caring. It could be your aunt, it could be your mother, it could be your father, it could be someone that you've literally looked after. They just want to see that you have that empathy. They want to see that you understand what you are going into. They want to see that you know what it takes to look after somebody else, that you are literally denying your own needs to look after somebody. They want to see all of that when you go for an interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. So it's good to just have not like paid caring experience, but just to know basic
It
care.
could be voluntary, yeah. Whichever, it could be voluntary, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the next question is: how would you describe working as a nurse? Like, what are the highs and the lows? What are the highs and the lows working as a nurse profession?
uh, to be quite honest, looking back, I think I'll say working as a nurse is not as challenging as when you're doing your training.
Okay.
When you're doing your training, it can be very challenging. I tell you, it can be very challenging because you are not allowed to be yourself. One,
Mm,
you have to adhere to whatever method you've been asked to do, right?
yes.
And you are trying to impress everybody. So with that, you have to put in so much effort into doing
Effort.
it, and
Mm,
which can be so draining. It can be so draining. Nursing itself is very rewarding. Believe me, nursing itself is very rewarding. It depends on, like I always say, it depends on individual. It depends on
yeah.
the area that you have chosen to specialize in. I am in the community. I've done hospital before. I used to work in the hospital before coming into community. To be quite honest, right from when I started my training, when I started my training, when I went for my placement, because when you enter into the first year, your first year is literally giving you like an eye opener to different area. You
Yeah.
cover mental health, you cover child, you cover maternity, you cover community. So that gives you an option on an area that you want to branch into. For
Mm,
me, I've always wanted to go in the community. So
okay.
that your first year, just keep that first year as a time of you opening your eyes to know where you are going to be going
Yeah.
when you finish your training, because you're going to be exposed to different areas, so which
Yeah.
is very, very good. But with the COVID, I don't know what is going on now, because before the COVID, you are
Mm,
actually allowed to go and do placement in this area. It just gives you
okay.
that feel, to feel what am I getting myself into, or where
Mm,
am I going when I finish my training. So which I think was really a good and also very fantastic. It was just then I made up my mind that I want to be a community nurse. Well, because of the way things are, you're always advised to do one
yeah.
year in hospital for you to get quite a good knowledge before you are thrown in the deep of the community. Because with the community, you are literally an independent worker. There is no
Yes.
doctor with you. You are literally on your own, going into whatever you find in the home. Whereas in the hospital, you've got the backup of the nurses, you've got backup of your colleagues, you've got backup of doctors, you've got backup of the matron, you've got backup of everybody in the hospital. But in the
Yeah.
community, you don't have that. You are more independent worker. It's actually called a lone worker. You are actually a lone worker in the community.
But is the working patterns still the same as working in the hospital? Like is it straight?
Um, No, I think in the hospital at the moment you only do long hours, whereas in the community you're still allowed to do well, depending on the shift you want to do. There are still some people in the community who do like the temp time. There are still people who do like the 9 to 5. There are people who do like 8 to 4, and then
Yeah.
there are people who wants to do like the 7 to 7 or 8 to 7. That's like me, because I want to have some time, longer time off. So I find it much easier for me to do my 4 long days, and then I have, my weekend off. So I work Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., and then I'm off for 3 days, which are quite, I love.
Oh, that sounds good. Off
Yeah.
the weekend. Okay.
No, I don't do it. Yeah, that's why I said you are given the choice. But another thing I just want to add, another thing I want to add, the thing is that because I am not actually employed by NHS, I am low coming. So when you are low
Oh,
coming, you are able to choose your hours. But
oh,
at the moment, because of the stress with the NHS, the government has actually come up with a different scheme called the Neighbourhood Scheme. The
okay.
Neighbourhood Scheme in the community allow flexible working. So if you
Oh,
are a mom, depending on what suits you, if you are working as a neighborhood nurse, then depending on what suits you, then you can work the hours that is more easier for you and your family.
okay. Okay. That's fine. I want to ask, are there any room like are there any like room to grow? Like
You mean
you
like in terms of progression?
progression, yeah.
Oh yes, oh yes. I mean, oh yes. In NHS give you the. I don't want to use the sky is your limit because you can go higher than the sky if you want. I mean, it's just like this Sunday we just celebrated somebody I know who is now like a chief nurse. So in the whole of United Kingdom, I think there are about 213 chief nurse. So that
Okay.
means you're literally on top of the game. So that's
Wow.
the highest rank that you can ever get in nursing is higher than the directorate. So that's the highest. So this Sunday we had somebody, I'm not going to mention name, celebrated, the position of being put in that position as the chief nurse. So literally you can, when you are a chief nurse, you can look after, that means you can be in charge of like as big as whatever hospital you'll be in charge, you're managing staff, everything that has to do with running that entire hospital is your
Oh,
responsibility.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yes, there are loads of, the thing with nursing, because it's so it's so vast. There's
Mm-hmm.
so much room. I mean, in the community, there are oh God, it's so many. I can't even begin to list them. I mean, let me just, for argument's sake, like the community, you can decide to become the Legosa specialist. You can decide to become palliative specialist. You can decide to become tissue viability. There is so many areas. It
Wow.
depends on individual. I mean, even a research nurse, you can even become a research nurse. So there is so many areas in nursing that you can diverse into. It depends on where you find, that you find really interesting and you
Yeah.
have passion for. Because don't forget, as they are recruiting for hospital, they are recruiting for community, because
Community
they
as
are
well.
both
Okay.
different. You've got the primary trust, which is the community, and then you've got the acute, which is the hospital. So the hospital, they have a lot of specialist area as well, which is some of them are different from the community.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay. It's a Lawa. She's asking, what year do you pick the area you want to specialize on?
or what year do you pick the area you want to
Yeah.
specialize in? Is it, if you are looking at when you've after you've done your 3 years, mind you, nursing training is 3 years. That's
Okay.
excluding your what's it called? The assets that you're gonna do.
Okay.
Nursing training itself is 3 years degree. And then if you want to do masters, that's usually a year and a half, a year, 2 years and a half. So it depending on which angle or which career prospect that you're gonna pursue. For you to get specialist, you don't really specialize as soon as you qualify.
Mm-hmm.
For you to specialize in an area is actually when you finish your 3 years training. But
Okay.
you can get
Yeah.
to choose an area that you want to branch into whilst you're doing your studying. So you
Okay.
can decide to become, you might decide you want to work with the children, but you can choose that when you are um, when you are doing your training. But when you are going to specialize, you would have finished your whole nursing training, and then you will now do a specialist course in whatever area that you find
You want
that
to
you
do.
really, really find interesting, and then you feel that you're going to give your all into it. Because a specialist course require another specialist training to do
Mm.
that. Yeah. Every area
Okay.
that you are going to do, that you are going to go into, there is always a training that you need to do to get that to be able to get that specialized, for you to be specialized in that area.
So are there exams during your
Yes, I don't
exams?
know about now. When I did my training, yes, we had exams. Yeah, we had exams. We have essays. We have joint group work,
Mm.
presentation, which I hated with passion.
Wow. You got that now. If I
I'm
may,
a,
if I may ask, how many years have you been practicing as a nurse now? For how many years now?
I have been practicing for 14 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
One time.
it's a long time. I can't even believe I've been practicing for that long. I
Yeah,
won't forget it because the reason being, I always look at my son. My
yeah,
second son, he's 17. So I'll
yeah.
take 3 years out of his age. That's how long I've been doing my training.
Oh wow, that's nice. That's actually
Sorry, that long. That's how long I've been doing my nursing. I've been in my nursing career. Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah,
There's a lot. There's a lot of, I don't know what, like with the COVID, a lot of things have changed. We used to do exams. We do coursework, essay writing, group work. But my weakest point was the presentation. I did
oh,
not like
wow.
the presentation. I
Someone
did
just
never.
asked. Yeah, yeah. Someone just asked. Odunike Ame say, can someone that is schooling in Africa get a transfer to finish his or her nursing school here in the UK?
Um, I suppose so. I suppose you
Yeah.
can, but you might have to pay for it, and it's quite expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite expensive. I would for a person like that, I'll advise them to have finished their nursing training properly
Yeah.
wherever they are, whether Nigeria, Zimbabwe, wherever country you are, the Philippines, wherever. It's better you finish your nursing training there, and then you now do like the conversion course.
Mm.
And when you're doing your conversion course, the good thing is that you don't have to pay for it, which is good. So you're given an
Okay.
allowance, and also you are given a time to do the to do the course. So I think you've given like 2 attempts just in case you don't pass it the first time. Coming in, relocating, there's always something, there's always something new you have to learn. But you are
Then
given like two chances. Because I
yeah.
know from there's a pastor friend of mine that the sister is coming from Zimbabwe. She's actually going to Ireland, and she's finished her
Okay.
nursing. So she's going to come. They literally, the good thing is about the good thing or the beautiful thing about that is they're going to they make your visa application quicker because you are not coming in as a visitor. You are not coming in, to
As a
stay out.
worker.
You are literally coming in as a highly skilled person. So
Mm.
everything that you are going to need or you'll be needing to back up your application will be processed here for you, and then they'll send it down, and that's what you are going to use to process your visa to come to the UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. I hope that answers your question, Junike Ame. And yeah, so it's best to finish your nursing degree before
Yeah. Yeah, it's better.
coming to the UK, and they pay for you. Oh wow,
Yes.
that's good.
Yes. I think the only thing you'll be doing is probably just to pay for your tickets. I'm sure that's what
Mm.
you. Yeah, that's depending. I mean, some of the places they even pay for your ticket. I mean, like the way I do locoming. If I decide I want to take up some work in Ireland, they're gonna pay for my accommodation. They'll pay for my flight as well. So
Yeah,
you get all of those allowance. It's just the same, you have some nurses that go to Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and all of that to work. They pay
yeah,
for most of the things that you'll be needing is covered for certain number of years until you get your feet, really grounded. So that's the good thing about nursing. Nursing is a very I'll say it's a very very profitable, very it gives you room to be able to have a feel about how different places they practice, which if you understand what I mean. So if I
yes,
decide to go to America today, all I have to do is to do my conversion here. What's it called again? God help me, I can't remember what it's called. You do the conversion and then you're ready to go. So it depends anywhere you want to go to. There is always job for you. There is always job. It just depends on individual.
yes, yes. So basically now we're in the middle of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, people want some people want to get into nursing, but they always say nursing they don't pay well. There's no money, and the salary is just a basic salary. So from when you started to now, what are the salary expectations, and which is best, working for the NHS or in community or as a locum? Like, we want to know the salary, like in a month,
Yeah.
roughly how much can a nurse make if they're working as locum or working for the NHS?
Wow. We're
Salary
not going to do
expectation.
that.
That's what
You know what? Like nursing it depends on individual, right? People want that security of knowing that, oh, I have a job that is, working for NHS direct, like being employed by the NHS. People just want that security. I'll tell you, I have worked by fate. I'm sorry I'm using that, but that's the truth.
That's
I
fine.
have been doing this job by fate. I have been locoming for over 10 years. And to be quite honest, I have never been out of job. That's the truth. So it depends on, sometimes people come in and they call me for advice and all of. I always say to them, I say, listen, it depends on you. I'll tell you this while we're on it. I remember when I was in hospital, I was still doing my training then. I've not even qualified yet. So there was this place I was in doing my placement as a nurse. And I was listening to some of the conversation that the nurses were the conversation that they were having. And then one of them was saying, oh, I've just got paid like like not even up to a week. And then she's going, I'm so skinned and all of that. So I was listening to their conversation. I was saying to myself, you've only just got paid, not even up to a week, and you are saying you are so skinned. So they were literally like borrowing. She was having to borrow. That was how bad it is. So in my mind, I was saying, have I made the right choice? So I was saying to myself, am I sure I have made the right choice in what I'm coming into? I just said to myself, you know what? I am never going to be a poor nurse. I just said that within me. And then that incident finished. So by the time I finished my training, got my job working in one of the NHS trusts, that thing keep, playing up in my mind. Oh, I'm never going to be a poor nurse. I'm never going to be a poor nurse. I'm never going to be a poor nurse. And then I met this lady, lovely lady. I'll never forget her name, but I'm not going to mention her name. And then she was saying to me, she just called me. She's quite, she's in her middle age. She said to me, she called me her daughter, kind of. She said, is this what you are going to be doing all your life? Are you going to be in this place doing this all your life? So when she said that, I didn't understand what she meant. I said, sorry, ma, I don't understand what you mean. She said, how much are you getting that you are going to kill yourself for in this place and all of that? So I was saying to her, I said, what am I going to do? Then I didn't even know anything about working as a locum. I didn't have the understanding or the exposition to it at all. Yeah. So she now said, oh, why don't I get some agency and see how it goes? So I took her advice. At first, I was very worried. I said, if there's no job, what am I going to do? And all of that. So she now advised me, put me through. She said, listen, she said, I know what I'm telling you. I have been doing this job for this many years. I have never, ever been out of job. To be quite honest, I am well off. I am well off than, being employed by the NHS. So I now said to her, okay, what do I do? She now gave me the agency she was working with. She actually called the agency right in front of me to make sure I'm doing it. So I now started doing a bit of the agency to see how it worked, how I was gonna, how it's like. Because mind you, sometimes it's always like that fear of the unknown. You don't know where you are going. You don't know who you are going to meet. So sometimes you just get so comfortable being in one place. And, when you don't open your mind to be able to, you don't open your mind to receive or to get or to adapt in an area, it's very, very difficult. And that is one thing I have come to understand, mostly working as a locum. Now, like I said, I've been doing locum for like over 10 years. Believe me, you can, mostly in the community, throw me anywhere. I just fall in. I don't even need anybody. The only thing that might juggle my brain a bit might be maybe the way they operate their system. Yeah. But in terms of the job itself, forget it. Anywhere you put me, I'm ready to work. Anywhere I go, I fit in. Anywhere, So, jumping the story, I did the application and then I went to do the job. Only one shift, I remember very well then. The pay was good. When I got the pay, I was looking at myself. I said, hold on a minute. Have they paid me somebody else's wages? I just did one night. I was saying, did they
Wow.
pay me somebody else's wages? I looked at it. I said, wow, this is a lot of money. And I said to myself, imagine if I'm doing like 4 of this, like 4 nights of this. How much will it be? I mean, not like now that they've done, NHS have done a lot of, they've got this new framework, they've cut down a lot
Yeah.
of the agency pay, they've brought this thing called IR35, because then there was nothing called IR35. You're allowed to work using a limited company. And then
Okay.
at the end of the year, you do your tax return
Yeah.
to the government. So you are literally in control of whatever you earn. You are in
Yeah.
control
Yeah.
of how much. There is nothing like a threshold on how much you can earn. I mean, some people who does like A&E. I remember there was some shift I did in A&E then.
Mm.
I used to work in A&E as well. A&E shift, you get it at least like £300 a night, 3 to 350
Wow.
a night. Then, not now, I'm talking about then. I did all of that. I was saying to myself, wow, is this money? I said, now I know why I said I'm not going to be a poor nurse. This is the area I need to concentrate on. And believe me, since then, to be quite honest, the journey is tough. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to tell you I've really enjoyed working as agency, because the thing is that when you are working as agency or you are working as locum, they are always pushing on the most difficult patient to you. You are
Yeah.
given the most difficult, the most challenging patient. But you just have to have that, like I said, have your mind open to say, regardless of what it is, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. I am
Yeah.
here to work. So whatever it takes, bring it on. I'm ready.
Mm.
That's how I have been able. I worked, as locum. I did locum in the hospital for about a year and a half before I now made up my mind and then went back to community that I've always enjoyed. And since then, I've been in community. I mean, I've worked in different trusts. I mean, I've worked in, when I say work, in different places. The beautiful thing in doing locum is you can choose your hours, you can choose your days. There are places that you go to, you can say, you know what, don't ever call me to go to that place. I don't want to go there. Whereas when you are employed permanently, you don't have any of those choices. So that's one thing I enjoy, to be quite honest. I get to pick and choose where I want to go to. That is a good
Mm.
thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's hope for those that only want to get in. At least there's salary expectation to
Yes.
choose to work at locum and make more money than just choose the basic.
It's not that you can't also make more money when you're working for NHS. You can. It's just that you have to do a lot of overtime. You have to do
Yeah.
a lot of weekend work.
Mm.
Yeah, those are the only way you can also get something, in terms of salary wise, something tangible. You have to do a lot of weekends, do a lot of nights, do a lot of weekend and night. Yeah, then you get a bit, but not as much as if you're doing the local.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So what advice would you give to someone that's looking to go into nursing? They're having
Um,
doubts, they want to, but they're having up and down, they're having doubts. So what advice would you give
it,
to?
it must be something that you want to do. I think there's a question there.
Um no, just if I start now, by the time I'm qualified, I'll
Oh,
be,
okay.
yeah.
I'll be heading to retirement. No,
I'm
you
so
won't.
yes.
If you are not even 50 years, you won't be. Retirement age now has been increased to 75. So there's a lot of room for you.
There's no age restriction. There are no
Sorry?
age restrictions. No, I think like you said earlier on, there are no age restrictions.
No, 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 no. As long as you are fit and well, that is what matters. You know, if it's something that you want to do, go for it. Don't allow the age thing to be a barrier. Um, my advice to anyone that want to come into nursing is it must be something that you really enjoy, because it can be very challenging.
Mm.
um it depends on, again, it depends on the area that you want to go to. You have theaters, you have the community, you have the day surgery. There's quite a lot of area. It depends on the area that you want to go to, but you must have that. You must be passionate about what you are going to do. You must make sure you have empathy. You must make sure you are very patient.
Mm.
Like I always say, sometimes we say patient. To be quite honest, we are the
Yeah.
one that needs that word patient, because you, as a person going to meet that person, you must be very patient, because there is a lot that you have to take in. There's a lot of, you get insulted, you get abused. You just need to be passionate about it and just overlook everything that you are going to meet. The hurdles, whatever you are going to meet, you must be ready to just overlook them. You
Mm.
must find it so enjoyable. To be quite honest, community for me has been an area I love so much. I mean, when you see me and my patient, the relationship we have, I tell
Yeah.
you, you won't believe it. Because I enjoy it. I really, truly enjoy doing the community. And another thing is, when you're mostly in the community, you get, before you know, you become part of the family. Because
Mm.
the thing is that you have an area you are working with or you are working in,
Yeah.
and most of the cases tend to be, you tend to see the same people. So,
Yeah.
or some of them you see them for like 3 years. Whereas in the hospital, there's always that quick turnover in the hospital. People get well and they are discharged. People get well and they are discharged. People get well, they are discharged. But in the community, we don't discharge them. They literally become, you know, they become our
Mm.
patients for as long as they live, which is the beautiful thing about it. I tell you, that is what I really enjoy. You get to build relationship with that patient. You
In
get
their
to know
family.
them better.
Mm.
It's not like the hospital does not give you that room, because you literally there to treat whatever they've come in with, any acute whatever they've come in with. That's what you are treating, as well. And as soon as they are well, you discharge them
Mm.
back home, and then we take over, and then we are the one that now continue seeing that patient for the length in time. Please, getting into nursing is rewarding, is is rewarding. I tell you, I don't know, maybe because
And
I'm a
abroad
nurse.
is rewarding.
It's very
Yes.
rewarding. I find it
Such
really
a thing. Yeah.
rewarding. I do. I really do. Like I always tell people, I enjoy my job. I really enjoy, because I really take time in every patient I go to. I take time. There are places that a lot of the places I've been and then change over because of one thing or the other. When I
Yeah.
leave, I tell you, people will keep asking, when is Maureen coming back? Is Maureen back? Is Maureen going to come back? Because I always make sure I lay something there.
Yeah.
I have never been working
The
in
mark.
any of the places, and then, yes, I leave a mark there for people
Mm.
to remember me, to remember my
Yeah.
work, to remember my input. So that's what I've always done. Every place I go to or have worked, they always say you are an asset to this place. You don't know how much you bring in this place. And the thing
Mm.
is that, when you are doing your supervision and all of that, you have the senior nurse go with you. And when they get that positive feedback about a nurse, mostly as a locum, it makes them to be so comfortable with
Yeah.
you as a staff. A lot of the places, they look at you as member of the team, regardless whether you are locum. But you must make sure, I always say, you must know your stuff. You are not going
Mm.
to go there and say, because I'm agency, I am limited, I can't do this, I can't do that. No, have an open mind. You are there to work. Have an open mind. Gain
Yeah.
knowledge as well. You are also going there, you are gaining knowledge. In some of the places I have been, I have gained, to be quite honest, I have acquired so much knowledge from those places. So
Mm.
much knowledge. So that's the good thing about when you are low coming, because you are exposed to a lot of things in different
Yeah.
area, which, you know, as much as NHS promotes about holistic care, when you
Mm.
go with or seamless care, When you go
Yeah.
from one test to another, you find out the way they do things is completely
It's
different.
different.
But
Yes.
any test goes, or the nice guidelines say we are seamless care. It's not. So all of that, you gain knowledge by going from different places. And then you always tend to bring that knowledge to wherever you go to. And you also help that team as well. That's what a lot of people don't understand. apart
Oh,
from the money, apart from the
yeah.
money, which is great, but also the skills that you are going to be coming with.
Okay. Please, I think you need to because earlier I think someone has asked similar question that Zainab I've just wrote. She's asking how can a student nurse in Nigeria transfer to the UK? So I think could you kindly repeat what you said earlier on how can a student nurse in Nigeria? So I'm guessing she's a student nurse in Nigeria and she's thinking of transferring to the UK.
Okay, I think I said that before. I think it will be good for
Yeah.
you to complete your training first, and then you do what is called the adaptation. You do the adaptation. You do your adaptation here in the UK. Once you finish in whatever country you're doing your training, it's better you finish there, and then if you decide you want to relocate and then get a job down here as highly skilled, then you do what is called the adaptation. Adaptation is literally using how the work is being done here, the skills that you're going to be needing in the area that you are going to be working at. And also, you at the end of it, you are given a test or you are assessed to make sure you know what you are doing. At the end of your adaptation, you are given and you are given an assessment. So it's
Yeah.
from that assessment when if you are successful in your assessment, then you are welcome to
Okay.
the nursing thing here in UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a link with the NHS to go to regarding this adaptation, or is it like a contact or website they can
I,
go to find?
I think when you go on the NMC website, that's the NMC, Nursing and Midwifery Council, when you
Okay.
go on there, you'll be able to find where it tells you how to do your adaptation into the UK to do the nursing. Yeah, there
Okay.
is on your NMC. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I hope that answer your questions in now, and I'll try my best, and I'll put the link also with the other link. With the other link that I have. So, in regards to your career, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? You're a pastor, you're a founder of a Long with God ministry. For those that have joined us that don't know, she's the founder of a Long with God ministry. I've got a link so you can check out on our YouTube channel. So, with your career, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In my career, to be quite honest, I don't want to be doing nursing in 5 years.
You made enough money. Okay.
God is the owner of time, so I'll let God make that decision for me. I'm just gonna follow behind whatever He has for me. It's good to I believe in if it was something that I don't know to be quite honest, because I have something else I have passion for. I find it really difficult to make that choice. But if I'm given outside being a pastor, I have two areas of specialty that I really enjoy, which I really love. A leg ulcer specialist and also the palliative nurse. I love those two. If I wasn't a pastor, either one of those two would have been an area I would have literally gone into to become a real, not when there's what we call the CN, that means you becomes an expert in that area. So either one of them, yeah, would have been what I would have pursued. But I'm not sure I understand. Like I said, I'm working behind God's plan for me at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just kindly give us an encouraging words for. I know there are people. I'm going to post this on my platform on Facebook, and as you can see, some people from Nigeria who are students, and and those that are thinking of joining nursing, and those like me that are doing apprenticeship. Just kind of give us an encouraging words that to encourage us. I know it won't be easy along the line, because we've only just started. So just give us encouraging words, how you balanced your life, family, and work, how you got your dissertation, doing coursework. How did you balance all that?
how I juggle that, I'll call it juggling. Oh, Lord. I remember when I was doing my training, right? Like I said, my middle son was just 1 year old when I went into nursing. I remember the very first time I left him with this nurse. I left him with a registered childminder. And the next day my phone rang, I picked up my phone and my son was yelling at the background. He was screaming, like crying and everything. My heart broke. At that
Wow.
time, when I heard his voice, yelling, I was thinking, okay, what do I do? Now I have a choice. Either I just let it go or let him adapt to the new situation, which is letting him adapt to the nanny that is looking after him.
Yeah.
It was very heartbreaking, mostly when you're listening to your child yelling at the background and you're thinking, oh my God. But in the end, I sailed through it. You got used to each other and he did settle. Again, when you have family and you are training, believe me, there's a lot of work. I'm not telling you it's going to be something that um, you just go through without not feeling a lot of hurdles. You've got an assignment. The thing with nursing, when you are doing other courses, it's easier. Once you've done your coursework, some people they have like 4 months, they are home. Whereas with nursing, you're doing 50% of your essay or career coursework, and then 50% of placement.
Yeah.
So you're literally having to juggle all of these things together. You'll be in placement is like you are working. You are not gonna when you go to placement, you're not gonna just stand there and don't get yourself involved. Because when you don't get yourself involved, they'll report you to your practice manager, and before you know, you get chopped out of the course. So
Yeah.
just as your coursework is important, the same way your placement is as important because you are being assessed on both, right? So you
Yeah.
must make sure you put your effort in both. You are not going to allow your coursework to struggle. You are not going to allow your placement to struggle. So you are literally going in to have that teachable spirit or that teachable heart because you are there to learn. You are there to learn. So whatever they want you to learn, be ready to learn. There are some of the things that are not relevant to what you are going to be doing, but make sure you are there to learn. It's the same thing with your coursework. There are some of the things in the coursework that are not even relevant to nursing. Look at it, there's nothing about education that is waste. You
Yes.
understand? Everything about education is always something that is adding to you. So you must be ready to go all the way, learning what you are being taught, both in the education and also another thing is you're not only learning from you are also learning from your colleagues as well. Have an open mind, be an open-minded person to learn from your coursework or your course-mates, and also the where you are doing your placement, you are going to be meeting other people from other uni as well, or other places coming in to do placement where you are. Also be ready to learn. Just be ready, from the healthcare support worker to the porter to the telephonist, that's the receptionist. Learn from everybody. Just learn from everybody, because believe me, there's going to be one thing that you are going to pick in all of those places you will find useful later on when you are in that career. Believe me, there'll be something that you, because sometimes when you're working, sometimes they'll tell you, okay, you are going to be maybe your mentor might tell you, I'm talking about when you are doing your placement, your mentor might tell you, okay, today you are going to you are doing the admission. Do you understand? You are doing the admission. Okay. You are free to say, okay, but I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'll be very happy for 100% support. And they know that. So whatever you don't know, make sure that you own up. I don't know this thing. And another thing, make sure you are open-minded. Believe me, that was what helped me in my nursing career. I was open-minded to everything. I remember through my nursing pathway, I had some brilliant mentors. I'll tell you, believe me, I cannot fault them in anything, any area, because they taught me what they know. And the thing is that when you are going in, mostly when you are in your placement, when you must make sure you go in with confidence. Let them see that you are confident in what you are coming into. Don't make yourself feel very timid, because when you feel yourself very timid, people are just going to look at you and think she's not ready or he's not ready. But when you are going in with confidence, I remember in my second year, I'll share this. To me, even now when I go out with students, I always tell them, listen, you must make sure you are confident. Build yourself up in confidence. I mean, it's just like everything that we do in life. Being confident, it makes you feel, how do I say it? It makes you feel as if you know who you are.
Yeah.
Building yourself up, it makes you feel you know who you are, you know why you are here, you know what you are doing, even though you might not have a clue or a jack in anything that you are doing. And the person that is seeing you, when they see the confidence in you, they find it easier to allow you to do stuff. I was in year 2. To be quite honest, as a year 2 student, there are some certain things you are not allowed to do. I remember my mentor, she told me, Maureen, you are going to put a catheter on the patient. And I said, what? I said, I don't know what to do. She pulled me out of the cubicle.
Yeah.
And she said, you go this, you go up, and then you are in. I said, okay. What do you mean go up and go in and I'm in? I'm going and what? She said, Maureen, it's straightforward. You are going to do it. I said, okay, as long as you are not leaving me, I'll do it. And then I went in, introduced myself to the patient, and then I said to her, I'm a student. Do you mind if I'm training? They know when you are training. Some of them, a lot of the patients, they are okay for them to be used as a guinea pig. They are very okay with it. As long as somebody there, the supervising, that you are on your own. And then she said to me, okay, that's fine, as long as you know what you are doing. I said, well, we'll see if I know what I'm doing. So then, she just stood back, looked at what I was doing. Literally, she was telling me what to do. I was the one in charge of it. And then I literally did it. Now, I can close my eyes and do that same procedure now with anybody. Even in the community now, no matter how they'll call me, oh, Maureen, I can't do this catheter. It's just impossible. I'll tell them, okay, lay the patient on the side. Do this. I don't want to use the word expert. It's because I have trained myself and I brought myself forward to be able to do things. Because that's the thing, when you are training, sometimes they might not offer. You said, do you mind if I do this? Let shout it. Let everybody know that you are willing to do these things. Be ready. Put your hand. Say, do you mind if I do it? And believe me, the nurses. They are always very happy when you bring yourself forward, wanting to do. I remember even as a student, I've been left as a student to run awards as a student with agency nurses. As a student, I was in charge of a ward. That was how much confidence I had when I was doing my training. I mean, a lot of the places, they said, oh, you have a job waiting. By the time I finished my 3rd year, you have a job waiting. You have a job waiting. I mean, I also shared this experience because I remember in my 3rd year, because when you are doing your placement, you have to go to different places, ITU. So you are literally exposed. We had a patient on the ward that needed to have peg fitted. Where they where they feed the patient because they are not able to eat. And then this patient was intubated. So the nurses in the endoscopy unit, they said, no, we can't. We're not happy to look after the patient because we're not competent. And then my manager said, Maureen, how do you feel? Do you want to go and look after? Because I was looking after the patient on the ward on my own. And she said, oh, how do you feel? Do you want to go and look after the patient? I said, yeah, why not? Are you happy to manage their airway? I said, yeah, why not? I'll manage the airway. As a student in year 3, I went to the theater. They were doing the PEG. I was looking after the patient, managing the airway for the patient. Because that confidence is something that you must have as a student, because it helps you. It makes people to be able to trust you. I mean, even when I was in my training, doing my training as a nurse in the HDU, I'm left with patients in the high dependency unit to look after on my own in my 3rd year, without nobody. Do my notes, do everything for that patient on my own.
Wow.
So you must make sure they see that in you. Don't I always tell my patients and my students, say, please don't come here looking timid. You are not here to be timid, no one is going to intimidate you. Come in as if you know what you are coming into, you know what you are doing, you know what you are going to do, and you are ready to accept and to face that challenge, because that's how you learn. Nursing allows you to learn. It gives you the base of learning. As long as, if there's somebody supporting you, why not? Sometimes I have students go with me. I'll tell you, okay, do this. I'm here watching you. I'll talk them through. Obviously, I'll tell them this is what you need to do. You need to do, but that's the only way you're going to learn. Because when you are thrown out as a qualified nurse, all of these things you'll not be confident. You will be shocked. Before a year, you lose your pin because you have not been doing any of those things.
Oh, that's very inspiring. Thank you for that. That's very inspiring. Thank you for that. I actually wrote a message to Zainab, because she was asking, the person asking on behalf of her said, so she should complete. So basically, she's asking, does she complete the BSc nursing degree year before the adaptation?
Yes.
Yes.
She should complete the BSc in Nigeria, and then she'll come in here to do the adaptation.
Okay. Yeah, I wrote a message and I sent to her. So I hope that was helpful. I'll try and put the link. If Alawa said that is good, you're welcome. I'll try and put the link of the NMC, the NHS council, so you could check out the link and read more about adaptation. But yes, you should complete your degree. So thank you very much, ma. That's very insightful and everything. But you didn't still tell us the exact amount, but we're okay. But we got an expectation.
No, to be quite honest,
because sorry, ma, because of recently they've increased the salary of nurses and doctors.
No, they're still on it. They're still on it. It's not been
okay.
They're still on it. I think the government is saying 1%, but that's those representing. When you become a nurse, you have to join the union. So we have two unions in the UK. We've got the RCN, which is the Royal College of Nursing, and then we've got the Unison. So they are the one. Nurses are not allowed to strike. So they are the one that are the forefront of whatever the nurses are going to do, whatever who wants to hear what the nurses are saying. So these are the people who go forth and tell the government this is what our nurses want. So they do all of that for us. So they are saying 15%, but the government is saying 1%. So I'm not sure if there's been any conclusion in that area yet. So which I believe 50%. 15% is fair enough, not 1%. 1% is nothing compared to the work and compared to the risks involved. A lot of risk in nursing. I mean, with the COVID, there's been quite a lot of nurses who passed. While practicing, you could damage your back. Sometimes you can have needle stick injury, and some of that needle stick injury could be HIV. They could be Hep B. So there is quite a high risk. I understand where they are coming from, because they are going as far back as during the time of what do you call her? Is it Florence Nightingale and all of that? That nursing is not supposed to be a earning job. It's supposed to be what you do because you enjoy caring for people. You just have that empathy towards people. So all you get is an allowance. But at the end of the day, people are having to give up whatever they have to do and then go into it full time. And if these people, they've got family. So what are they going to feed their family with? So that's one thing that the government needs to understand. A lot of nurses, they're giving so much into doing nursing. Sometimes by the time I've done my 4 days, The Friday that I thought is easier on me, I am so tired. I am really exhausted. So by the time I'm recovering or I'm recuperating, it's about time for me to go back to work the Monday. So there
Yeah.
is so much, so much, so much. So in whatever area of nursing that you are working with, that community or the acute, there is high risk. But I just hope that the government will see all of this and not just look at what they think the nursing was before, you know. In them
Yeah.
days,
Things
you
have
get
changed.
support, but now there is no support from anybody. If you are a nurse, people just think you are the highest paid. Even you are paid more than the footballer these days. That's the way they look at nurses. Yeah, honestly, some people say that. As soon as you say you are a nurse, they say, "Oh, you people are the one that is earning the money," but they don't look at the other things that is involved. How am I
Yeah.
making the money? I have to do 12 hours. I have to have sleepless nights. I have sometimes sometimes, I mean, during the COVID, it was so busy that some days, there was one day I was doing a whole clinic. I did not even have the time to have a drink of water in an 11-hour shift. Not even
Wow.
a drink of water. It was so busy. That clinic was busy. Not
Wow.
even a drink of water for 11 hours. Not even going for low break. Not even nothing, no break, nothing.
Wow.
So all of this, no one is looking at any of these things. They just think nurses are high paid, nurses are well paid. It's not true. When you look at the health, you find some of the nurses, by the time they get to their assistant, they are literally, they are all depleted already. Why?
Yeah.
Because they have literally exhausted themselves doing the job. Mostly when you are working in the hospital, you don't sit down, you are up about, up about, up and about, up and about. By the time you literally, I think there was a time the government introduced these step counters for the nurses. By the time they check how many steps you actually do on a shift, they were shocked because you are
Mm.
always on your feet.
Oh.
You are having anything, maybe you are having something to eat, you are eating on your feet. You are having water, you are standing to no break.
No break. Do you think that's why a lot of nurses like are relocating to probably America,
I
Canada, to
think
more things,
I think I think
country?
some one of the things I've heard, it has to do with the pay. Because some
Mm.
of them are saying that if they have to do this job here,
Yeah.
put in so much effort and then still earn less, they might as well go and do it somewhere else, put that same effort and earn more
Mm. Okay.
and be better off, you know.
Yes.
A lot of people who are relocating, I mean, when you look at how much it takes the NHS to train a nurse
Mm.
here, a lot of money. And for that nurse to now relocate and then start using that training somewhere else, I mean, if you look at all of that, you
It's
know,
true.
if you look at all of that, it's well and
Yeah.
good for them to keep, bringing people from different countries to come and work here. It's good, but at the end of the day, you look at how much you have spent or you've invested in training
Mm.
somebody here, and then they're taking that same training to somewhere else
Yes.
because
Yes.
you cannot pay them here. So they are now taking it to somewhere else.
That's true. That's true. But do they still have the 'cause I know years ago they used to help nurses, especially the ones to buy their first property. Are they still doing that support to help
Yes,
nurses if they want to
yes.
buy property?
It's still
Okay.
available. If it's your first property, it's still available. Yeah.
Okay.
They still have the incentive for highly skills. Yes, it's still available.
Okay. So I think that's a good one to encourage people that
Yes,
get
yes.
into the
Oh,
to
they
know
do have that support. They do. I mean, there are quite a few areas where you get support as, or like maybe when you are going to get car, some of those places, they do have a bit of support that they can help you in terms of the finances. Some of them they give you good discounts and all of that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's very. Etelawa said very informative. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, it's very informative. So, thank you. I know we could go on and on, but we're just for an hour. But I'm grateful that you came. But before we go, I want to talk. How can people reach you? Because I know Zainab would definitely want to probably get in touch when it's time for her to probably get into adaptation or to know more. How can people reach you? How can they connect with you and your ministry as well, Alone with God Ministry?
You can connect with me on Alone with God's on our Facebook page, and also you can connect with us on Instagram, and also you can also connect with us on the YouTube as well. If you leave a message on my YouTube, I will always return or respond to it. Or you can, on, I think I've got some flyer on there as well, either on the Facebook or on the YouTube. It's got my telephone number on there. And also you can also email at admin.alongwithgod.org.uk. So we've got our email address as well.
Okay, great. I've
Yeah.
got the link.
So
So, pardon?
thank you so much for having
You're
me.
welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. I've also got a link to our YouTube channel on the live stream underneath the video, so you could just click on it and go to our YouTube channel and connect with her. And the same name, Alone with God, you can find it on Facebook and you can also find it on Instagram. Thank you so much. That was very informative and encouraging. And for those that are actually thinking about it, don't think, just start. I think during this COVID, there've been so much applications.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they've made it so easy where they've created a lot of gateway to get into nursing. So if
And
you want,
I think if I may throw this in, I think there's also they've also increased the allowance for those who want to do nursing training. I think there's a new kind of allowance you are given outside your bursary, because I think
oh,
before the COVID, they've changed from being bursary and making it as like the way it is when you're doing your other courses whereby you
wow.
get loan. So I think the government have reintroduced, excuse me, the government has reintroduced the bursary again. So which is really
Oh,
helpful, which is really helpful.
okay. I should have
So when
asked
you're,
that.
yeah, it's
Okay.
it's really helpful. So when you're doing your training, you can get bursary, and also there are other things they normally help. There's a lot of things that you get help whilst you're doing training. You get training for you get allowance for your travel. If you've got young family, maybe babies in the in nursery, you get allowance towards their nursery. And also you tend to get some fundings as well, like grants.
Yeah.
Once you get into it, when you approach your student advisor liaison, they'll be able to direct you or advise you on the different places that you can get help in terms of
Yeah.
financially. Because I'll tell you, when I did my training, I was all right financially, to be quite honest, because I was having to get a lot. I was getting some help from my travel. I got help from my son's registered. The only thing is that they want you to use a registered childminder. So I was getting help for him being looked after. I was getting help from. I got some grants as well, which I didn't have to pay back for. It's called the crisis loan. So there are things, there
Yeah.
are areas that you get some help. So you're not really financially
Alone, kind of.
out of
So
hand. Yeah.
how does the bus work? Is it paid every month or is it like quarterly or is it just
Every month. The bursary
every,
is every month. Yeah.
throughout the 3 years of study?
Yes. Yes.
Oh wow.
The only time you don't get it, because you are paid they pay you in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start, the very first month you start, you're going to be paid 2 months. I don't know if that's still how it is. That was what it was in my time. So the only time you don't get paid, the last month of your placement, when you are finishing your year three, you don't get paid that last month because you were paid 2 months when you started.
Month when started.
Yeah.
Okay. So during your time, how much was it every month?
I think outside the other bit, I think it was about £800 then.
Oh wow.
Yeah, £800. And also you get allowance for the children as well. So it did help, to be quite honest. That's why I was telling you about, if the government
Mm,
can actually look into paying the nurse more than
wow.
training them, and then they're going with that, so much that has been
Yeah.
invested on them to somewhere else. So
Yeah,
it'll be much better to increase the nurses' pay so that the nurses here, they'll stay. And then,
just that's true.
use that experience or use whatever they've been trained to do in where they've been trained, and somebody else now enjoying what they've paid for.
Mm, that's true. That's totally true. I'll put the bursary link as well and find out more about it.
Yeah,
Yes, I'll put the bursary link because I've heard of the bursary, but I knew it was stopped, but I never knew they've started
they've
again.
started it again because of the COVID. They started it back.
Okay, so yeah, so those that want to go into nursing, the bursary is on, so you've got opportunity to start, and
Which
yeah,
is
so
good.
but it's
Another thing is, sorry, another thing is that you don't come out, you don't graduate and then having to pay loan. You don't come out and having to pay loan like
mm,
other courses where you
yeah,
have debt of 40 something thousand to pay. With nursing, there is nothing like that. So when you come, when you graduate, you literally debt free and knowledge impacted. So you've win-win in both ways.
yes, that's true. That's true. That's true. So yeah, the bus is good. I'll find more information about that. I'll probably put the link underneath this video as well to find out more information. But what about those people that are doing apprenticeship? So do they get bursary as well, or just for student nurse?
For the apprenticeship, the way it work, which I have seen, because some of the places I'm working, some of the girls who are doing apprenticeship, because they are already employed by the trust, so you just get your pay normally every month.
Okay.
Yeah, they just get paid every month as if they were still working,
Mm-hmm.
because they are the ones sponsoring you to go and do the apprenticeship. So
Yeah.
when you finish, then you come back and then they're still gaining.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which do you think is better as a student nurse? Like you've seen the apprenticeship, the apprentice that you work with,
Yeah.
and you've seen them student nurse. But which do you think, looking at it, which do you think is better? Do you think both ways is a win-win?
Both ways I'll say is a win-win, because with the apprenticeship is about 2 years course,
Okay.
and that still does not qualify you as a nurse.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And if you've done the apprenticeship, then if you decide you want to go into a nursing career or a pathway, then you still have to do another 2 years or so, because they
Okay.
call it a bridging, or is it a year and a half? So you still need to do that 2 years for you to do that, takes you to the bridging for you to become a nurse, a registered nurse.
Okay.
So an apprenticeship, you are not a registered nurse. You
Yeah.
might be doing as much as the nurses. You're still not a registered nurse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that informative session with Pastor Maureen, basically Pastor Maureen. So thank you so much, and I'm glad the question was asked about everything, and very insightful.
This is
And I
Niger
hope,
face.
pardon,
No, I saw somebody Niger face.
Niger face on YT.
Yeah, but they've deleted their comment. Not sure what it is.
I think it's Niger face on YT. He wrote something earlier that was a bit how will I put it? I think yeah, it says Ninja face on YT.
Mm.
Ninja face on YT.
Okay. Yeah,
So
thank you so much. Encouraged to be empowered. Thank you so much for having me. I'm truly grateful for this opportunity. Thank you so much. Thank you,
thank
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, viewers, for joining us tonight. Truly appreciate every one of you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks everybody for joining us live. And also just to remind you, tomorrow is our debate Saturday live here on our YouTube channel, Encouraged to be Empowered. We'll be having a live debate with me, myself, and with two other guests where we'll be talking about racism. As you know, a lot has gone on in the United Kingdom with the Harry and Meghan interview in regards to how she had a conversation with one of the royal household about our son's skin color, and we just want to touch about racism. As in, it's been years racism have been going on. How come this? Is this still the same? Has it changed, or why is it so much a big deal? And and is there racism amongst Africans, among Asian, or is it just coming from white people? So we were talking about that. So tomorrow is going to be a live debate, and it will be 6 p.m. tomorrow, live on our YouTube channel, and it will be 7 p.m. Nigeria time. So join us live tomorrow, 6 p.m., where we'll be talking about the topic racism, basically, and we'll give our views and what we think of the whole issue that's going on. What are your views? We'll also have the input from our audience, and yeah, it's going to be a very good one, just for 1 hour from 6 to 7 p.m. Join us here live tomorrow. Encouraged to be empowered. Thank you for joining me live with Pastor Maureen Imuwahen, and do check out our channel, Along with God Ministry. Subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to give this room a thumbs up. Click on the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a video and when next I come live on YouTube, and subscribe to our channel. You could also reach out to us on our social media page on Instagram and on Facebook. Encouraged to be empowered, and visit our website e2be.org. Thank you. That was a lot. Thank you so much. Continue to support us, and we'll continue to do our best to, reach out to you in our debate, our lifestyle, education, and vocational. I will continue to empower women in Nigeria, children, and children with disabilities in Nigeria, and we hope to do more, and continue to support us. If you want to also donate your old clothing, we're looking to donate to children living with disability in Nigeria, of clothes, shoes, bags. If you have old clothes that your children don't wear anymore, please kindly send me an email, contact me. We could find a way to pick it up and get it sent to me. If you have old shoes, old clothing, let me know. If you have diapers, new diapers, maybe your baby has gone out of it and the new ones you've not used is still there, please do reach out to me, and we'll gladly like to receive that and send it back home in Nigeria so that we give them to children with disability. And if you don't have those and you'd like to just give a donation, a one-off donation, then you could kindly also reach out to me or make a payment to our PayPal account of paypal.me/e2bef, and the link is all underneath this video. You can click it and yes, make a one-time payment or send whatever donation that you have. Thank you so much. God bless you. What's your IG? My IG is Encouraged to be Empowered. That is our IG. Encouraged to be empowered. Yes. That's my IG. Encouraged to be empowered. Or you could reach me personally, Wayme Omolola. So that'll be Wayme_Omolola. Yeah, Wayme_Omolola. So yes, if you have any old clothing, boy, girls, babies, please do reach out to me. Send me a DM to my personal Instagram or to Encouraged to be Empowered, or you could send me an email, admin@e2be.org. That's admin@e2be.org. All the information link are underneath this session video. So yes, if you had old clothing, please do reach out to me, as we love to really, give out to these beautiful children living with cerebral palsy, children with that blind, that deaf. I don't call them disability children. I call them ability children, because I am a mother also, so a beautiful ability daughter, and these children are wonderful. So we like to show our support, and also support to the parents that are not able to afford clothing for their kids, or books, or pencil case, or bags for their kids. So we're doing all this collection, and I have a whole lot that has been donated by the side of my children's bedroom right now, and we're looking to cargo them by next week. So if you have more, keep them coming. Send me a DM, send an email. If you don't have anything to give and you want to give a one-off donation, then kindly reach out to me as well. I'll send you our account details, and you could make a payment to our PayPal also, which is underneath this video, and Keep showing us your support. I will continue doing our best by the special grace of God. And don't forget also, tomorrow, like I said, is a debate Saturday on the topic racism. And we're going to have a discussion on the interview of Ari and Megan. And if any of us have had an experience with a racist, or have you been attacked by racists, or have you experienced racism towards you or a family member, this is going to be all the discussion. And it's going to be myself and two other girls that will be present as well, just for 1 hour. Join us live from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow, live on Encouraged to Be Empowered. Thank you. Keep glowing, keep praying, keep your faith. God bless you. God loves you. I love you, but God loves you most. Bye. Take care. Have a wonderful night.